The man opens a box from his father, expecting a multi-million-dollar inheritance inside. He found a frozen penguin instead. Carrie thought it was a penguin toy and tossed it aside in disappointment. But within a phone call, the penguin came to life. It stood behind Carrie and looked around the house. It was only then that Carrie realized it was alive. He carefully lifted the penguin. Just after saying hello, the penguin gave him a big surprise. It was almost time to go to work, so Carrie couldn't be bothered with the penguin. He simply stuck some ice cubes in the bathtub and rushed off to work. But the unlucky boy was so restless. He ran around and turned on the faucet. It didn't take long for the water to overflow. And when Carrie came home from work at night, he didn't even notice what the penguin had done. He called the person who sent him the penguin and tried to send it back, but with the penguin swimming in the bathtub behind him. It must have been a big surprise when he opened the door. Carrie had a hard time finishing the situation with the person on the other end of the phone with the bad signal. He turned to open the bathroom door, only to be swept away by the rushing water. Carrie grabs the wall and says to the penguin, "You're done, asshole." The penguin sees that Carrie still has the energy to be mean, so he turns around and surprises him again. Carrie couldn't take it any longer, so he tried to find someone to take care of the penguin. He tried to get several animal organizations to take care of the penguin, but they couldn't. He stayed up until midnight, but he couldn't find a way to get rid of the penguin. After a long day, he fell asleep on the couch. The next day, at dawn, the penguin gave him a scare. Does he have the rooster gene? Carrie couldn't stand it any longer. He grabbed a vase of water and sprinkled it on the floor. Then he grabbed the penguin and threw it, and he finally got rid of the pesky creature. But Carrie wasn't happy for long when the security guard downstairs stopped him and pulled out the penguin that had just slipped away. Carrie denied it. How could I possibly have a penguin? When the security guard saw that he didn't admit it, he could only call up the surveillance of the corridor. With all the evidence in front of him, Carrie was still talking. Seeing that he really can't hide it, he can only take the penguin back in disgust.